Scott Fitzgerald once said, "Selfish people are in a way terribly capable of great loves." Since this was a main belief of his, Fitzgerald in most of his novels either portrayed a selfish, self-centered woman or man. He was an excellent author who was known for his tragic love stories. He also believed that relationships with selfish women had an irresistible appeal to men. This is why one of his characters was fashioned after his wife Zelda and was selfish in order to appeal to the male character and to the audience. People who disagreed with the use of selfishness to grab the audience's attentions often hated his writing. The Beautiful and the Damned took place during the 1920s during the post-World War I era. Back then, the 1920s had many nicknames such as the Roaring Twenties, the Boom, and the Jazz Age, which Fitzgerald explored in his novels, such as The Beautiful and the Damned. The Jazz Age materializes the images of flappers, music, and alcohol. It was a time when women were exploring newfound freedoms in their sexuality. Women expressed this newfound freedom by cutting their hair and wearing short flapper-style dresses, as shown in The Beautiful and the Damned. This was a time of economic stability and peace, which was mainly due to the ending of World War I and the booming stock market. But more importantly, the 1920s was when Fitzgerald had his most success as a writer. The Beautiful and the Damned tells the story of a man named Anthony Patch, who starts off on a high note, graduating from Harvard. Shortly after, he turned to alcohol and became greedy and extremely self-absorbed. Even though he had everything handed to him, he was still unhappy due to his own problems. Anthony's wife, Gloria, was more compassionate. She was often described as beautiful but without having any mercy. Their marriage was based on the assumption that when Anthony's grandfather, Adam, passes away, they would inherit all his money and become wealthy. But as the grandfather continued to live out a long life, the money grew smaller and the marriage deteriorated. This is because they resorted to constant drinking and partying, causing arguments and resentment towards each other. However, once they finally get what they're longing for, they're at a point when even they have a ton of money, they have no friends, and they abhor each other. They finally realize the irony that money doesn't solve problems or bring happiness. Sadly, in the end, both their beauty and incompetence led to their downfall. Thanks.